Is SketchUp better on the iPad? This is a question I keep getting under my SketchUp videos, so let me answer it properly. I didn't start on the iPad. I worked in SketchUp on my laptop for years, ever since I was an architecture student. And I've been using it on the iPad for about 2 years now, so I have lived both sides. And it's not that the iPad is better than the desktop version, but it is easier to use and really practical. There are a few things that might make it not the right fit for you. In my case, for the way I work, that simplicity is exactly why I reach for it. Let me explain. The iPad app has a cleaner interface with fewer tools than the desktop. You don't get everything, but most of the time you don't need everything. For a lot of what I do, that smaller set of tools is actually faster and there is just less to get lost in. So if you are using it for some easy projects like a simple house or an apartment, it's great. All these tools are more than enough for that. Use the lines and squares, the push-pull, the offset or the 3D warehouse to create any simple project. The nice thing is that you model with your Apple Pencil and it feels so natural. And pushing and pulling faces, orbiting around your model, moving things around, all of that just feels more intuitive by touch. One quick note, when the app first came out, it crashed a lot. It's gotten much more stable now, so if you tried it early and gave up, it's worth another look. It still happens from time to time, but it doesn't really bother me much. Just get into the habit of saving your file every time you make a real change and you are fine. One of the greatest things is the portability of the iPad. Compared to a laptop, it's just easier to carry an iPad around. I take it straight to the construction site and model in front of the clients or the workers, which is also great for presentations because showing a design to someone is just nicer on a tablet. And I can even send a view from my model into other apps like Procreate and sketch over it in seconds. And just the fact that it can just go everywhere with me. Sometimes I will be waiting for a doctor's appointment, and if I want to brainstorm an idea for a project, I just pull out the iPad and start. So for me, this is probably the biggest reason SketchUp on the iPad is more practical. But let's be honest, it's not all wins. If you rely on plugins, you're not going to love the iPad. The desktop version has a huge library of extensions that speed everything up, and the iPad just doesn't have them. There is also no layout on the iPad, so for proper construction drawings and documentation, you will still need your laptop. You also can't run the heavy rendering engines like V-Ray or Enscape on it. There is now an AI render built into the iPad app, but I haven't really used it enough to tell if it's any good yet. So for realistic presentation, that's still a desktop job. And then there is the speed. For complex models, the laptop is faster. Big, heavy files with a lot of geometry will also start to lag on the iPad, where a good laptop handles them easily. To use SketchUp on the iPad, all you need is the Go plan, which is their cheapest one, around $11 a month when you pay for the year. That's the iPad and web version. The desktop only starts with the Pro plan, which is about 3 times the price, and that's where you also get things like layout for your documentation. So the iPad isn't the expensive options, it's actually the cheapest way into SketchUp. And if you already pay for Pro or the higher Studio plan, the iPad app is included anyway, because every plan above Go gives you everything in the Go plan too. So you don't pay anything extra for it. So is it better? Here's how I would put it. If you mostly make rooms, furniture, simple buildings or concept, the iPad can genuinely feel better and will be enough. If you do complex, heavy projects with very detailed models with construction documents, the desktop is still the stronger tool. You can also use both if you want to. You can start a project on the iPad and finish it on the laptop, or the other way around. So no, it's not better than the desktop. But it's simpler, it's cheaper to get into, it goes everywhere with me, and for the way I work, that makes it the version I enjoy the most. The desktop is where the heavy lifting happens. The iPad is where the everyday happens, and this is enough for me at this stage. That's my take, but I would love to hear yours. Do you use SketchUp on the iPad, on your laptop, or both? Let me know in the comments. And if you don't know how to use the app yet, I've got a full tutorial right here where I explain the basic tools and model a project from scratch on the iPad. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask, and see you in the next one. Bye!